The boat over my shoulder is the Leopard 40 Power Catamaran. This was recently voted the European Boat of the Year, and I think you'll realise why when we step on board and have a look. We're going to show you everything, all the cabins, all the foredecks, the Flybridge, Salon, the whole lot of it, but they really do cram a lot into a 40-foot platform. But let's jump on board and take a look. First thing you'll notice is that davit system for getting our tender in and out of the water, which is very, very handy. And that swim ladder on the port side there, very, very useful as well. But I'm going to step on board. It's a little bit wet and slippery. And we're going to start by having a quick look at this aft cockpit, which is fully protected by the Flybridge above us. We've got this really nice settee here, this table on a fixed pedestal, and we've been chosen to use a couple of loose director chairs there, which is giving us seating for about, I'd say about 6 people. There's room to move behind here, which is actually quite nice. Often there's not that space. And you can move all the way to the starboard side. We've got our engines underneath this hatch. We'll have a look at those in a little while. But if I spin around, it's very, very nice. Fully protected, of course, by the overhang of the Flybridge. You can see we've got these zippers, so we can fully protect this if you wanted to. And on a day like today, when it is actually quite blustery and cold and there's been rain about, that is the sort of day when you'd be doing that. So it's really good to have that option. 4 decks that way. We'll go up there in a minute and have a look. But let's head up to the Flybridge. Well, it's a little nicer up here. The clears are on, and so we're a bit more protected. That's that's nice. It hasn't been much of a day at the boat show today, but here we are. So we've got everything that you need to enjoy a fly deck. What do I like? Well, I'll tell you. I like this bench seating across here in front of the helm. So not only the skipper is going to enjoy the ride, but 1 or 2 of your mates as well can be up here enjoying the view out. And that connects really nicely to this C-shaped settee here with this table, which is on a fixed pedestal. And we've got another settee just here, which faces forward. So lots of space for you. But there's more to show you. So we do have a wet bar here. We've got an electric grill there, a sink here, a pull-out fridge drawer just here, like this, or a swing-out fridge drawer. And then behind us, we've got a space which at the moment really isn't being used for anything in particular, but you could, I think, have some more seating out here. You might even be able to have the factory put an extra sun pad or 2 here, or you might use some outdoor bean bags, but you could definitely make use of this space to extend your entertaining space. The helm, as we said before, we've got this nice helm bench rather than a single helm seat. And this one has the 2 multifunction displays with the engine controls, which are positioned just to the left of the steering wheel. That's digital, of course. We've got the Yanmar engine monitors there. We've got a thruster there, and the engine stop starts under there. But all in all, a very, very nice view out from here. I love just how chunky superstructure there is. Fantastic. That supports the hard top. Very, very nice. But everything you'd expect from a very, very nice Flybridge, that's what you find. Okay, we're going to move back down. We want to show you the foredecks, then we're going to jump into the accommodation. We'll zip up to the foredecks on this starboard side, and there's a couple of things to show you which I think you'll really like. The first of those is the amount of sun pads here. This one's split into like a single and a double over there, but there's ample space here for everybody who's going to be on board to come out here and enjoy the sun 100%. I like these. We've got the 2 little pulpit chairs here, one here, one over on the starboard side. Drink holders, of course, those sun pads ratchet up. And I like the fact that these hatches are all at the same level as the deck, so no stubbing your toe or tripping over here. Fantastic. One of the things which is really great feature of all Leopard yachts, whether you're on the 40, which is the one we're on today, or the 46 or the 53, is this door which connects you from the foredeck straight into the Salon. And if I turn this, I wonder whether we'll be able to get inside. Let's have a look, or whether that's been closed off. There we go. So I can see that connects us straight into the Salon, which is super handy to be able to go from the foredecks straight in, not have to go all the way back around. What have we got here? Oh, this I believe is storage for LPG gas. And then underneath this cushion, if I just lift this up, you'll see we've got the anchor locker underneath there. I'm not going to bother with that today because it's so wet. It's just a bit of a hassle, but everything that you'd expect is under there. All right, let's keep moving because we still have the accommodation, and we'll jump in and have a look at the Salon when we get a moment too. So let's start with the galley. You see it's nicely positioned right at the aft end of the boat. Nice little L-shaped galley, pretty good size for a catamaran of this size. You see there, nice full-size oven, and opposite there is a pretty big domestic size fridge freezer. So, you know, this boat's got really sleeping capacity for 6 people, so I think that's pretty fair. Fridge freezer that size, and you can see there's a space just to the left of there for some appliances, storage, etc. We'll go down and have a look at that accommodation in a little while, but that's a nice galley area, and we'll just scoot past these guys up to the helm. You can see there we've got a single multi-function display, the engine controls to the Yanmar engines. We'll get to those a little bit later. Fusion, stereo system, etc. There's that door forward that we looked at previously. But there you go, nicely connected out to this area. But let's skip down and have a look at the accommodation. We're in the first of the 2 hulls on the port side. This has the 2, you could call them double berths, but essentially they're 2 cabins which are the same. They have these double island beds that look like this. A little bit snug, as you can tell, when you get sort of halfway up the boat, but that's to be expected for a boat of this size, to be fair. Good amounts of ventilation, windows there. There's a hanging locker for each of these cabins that look like that. That's a pretty decent size. There's those stairs that we just came down, a sliding door across, and they share a head, which we'll duck into, have a look in a second. But this is what the other, basically the mirror cabin looks like. Essentially it's the same, just storage on the side there. Big opening windows like that, so that's good. Lots of ventilation. These are air conditioned, of course, so no need to worry about that. And both of them have storage underneath the bed like this, so good for your linen and whatever else you might have with you while you're staying on board. That's nice. And again, the same hanging locker just tucked in behind behind this door. That looks like that. So pretty good sized cabin. So there's 3 in total. The other hull has the owner's cabin, and then the head that these both share, which would also be the day head, looks like this. Good size shower stall with that shower wand like this. The opening window section there, let the steam out, and then we've got the loo just over here, and then your vanity sink in front of you like this. Pretty decent size. The owner's cabin has something a little different to that, and if we duck down You can see the owners are pretty spoilt here. There's a like a dressing area just to the left there, and then the bed is essentially the same. Like I said, sort of wedged in there about halfway up, which can be a little bit challenging sometimes, but you know, on a 40-foot cat, that's going to be a compromise. Nice window sections out, that little opening section, so it'd be nice and comfortable there along with the air conditioning. A nice place to do some writing. You could even bring a laptop down there. There's power. You can chuck some jewellery, and if you're doing makeup, you can do that there in the morning. But that's a nice place to have on board as well for the owners. I like these sections there. Always very useful when you can squeeze them into an owner's cabin. They look like that. Very nice. And then if we move forward, we've got a hanging locker that looks like this. Pretty good size. A few cushions tucked in there at the moment. But we've got some opening drawers there. So I think that's a pretty fair size for an owner's cabin. And then opposite that, there's some opening drawer sections. So I think you're pretty well served, to be fair. And then ahead of that is the ensuite head. So behind this door, you've got access to some of the boat's systems. I'm not sure what that is. Someone will probably make a comment about that. But that's the access there. And then you've got a large shower stall there. Pretty good size. Again, with one of those large hull windows and an opening section. There's some blinds that drop down there for a bit of privacy. There's an opening hatch above head as well for extra ventilation. And then you've got this area here with your basin, which is pretty cool. Nice stone basin. There's some storage tucked behind this mirror like that. And then of course underneath we see the same. Pretty decent amount of storage. And there's another little area just behind there. So a pretty good owner's cabin. I think you'd be pretty comfortable if you were the owners inside there. Slip down into one of the hulls here so we can take a good look at the engines, what's on offer. And there's a few different engine packages that you can go for. You can see here these are Yanmar engines. This is the 250 horsepower engine that comes standard, but you can, as an owner, option up to a 320 or a 370 horsepower spec as well. I'll put some of the performance information up on the screen. But as you can see, decent size or space under here, the batteries, fuel filters, etc. It's a little bit tight, but try to give you the best view that I can. So just in terms of performance, it carries about 370 US gallons or 1,400 litres of fuel. And so flat out, that's going to give us a top speed of 23 knots, or you could cruise at about 15. And in terms of range, if you really drop this back down to, say, 10 knots, you'll probably get about 500 nautical miles. If you want to crawl along at 5 knots, up over 1,000. But hopefully that gives you a good sense of what it's capable of. So that's the Leopard 40 Power Cat. Isn't it a fantastic boat? They pack so much into a 40-foot hull. I'm really impressed with what we've just seen today, and the people from Leopard have been super generous in giving us access to the whole boat today. If you liked it, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm not sure why you haven't. Make sure you do, because we do these every week. We have a bit of fun with it and see some cool and interesting boats at the same time. But let's leave it there. I'll see you next week on another video. Bye for now.